yo, huge shout out to the GS gang. I'm never gonna shy away from any type of weirdo accusations or narratives that get painted about me. I want to make that very clear. Like when you say that you fuck with the GS gang, I want you to be able to stand 10 toes down and know where my stance is and know what it is that is being represented and that you're never going to be misrepresented. You know what I'm saying? So I'll address it. I ended up blocking everybody. Don't get me twisted. I'm very big on fucking curating your timeline. Keep your peace. You know what I'm saying? Like if you dislike me, that's none of my business. Your opinion of me is none of my business. I don't need to read it. I don't need to see it. Like go on and like hate me all you want. That shit's valid. You know what I mean? Run with it. But I will address the two things that I read about myself, so that the gang knows where I stand on it. And you know, I'll make this very clear. So the first thing that I read was the conversation was that the positive thing is that I'm putting African hip hop in a spotlight to 30,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And the accusation was that for some reason, like I don't want to put words in someone's mouth, but this is the way that this is my interpretation was that I was being insulted because part of my 30,000 subscribers were people on the scene in African hip hop, right?
Yeah.
And that's somehow if I had 30,000 subscribers before I ever discovered hip hop outside of America, that those 30,000 subscribers would somehow be more valuable than having fans of African hip hop be part of my 30,000 subscribers. And that's fucking mind-boggling to me. Like, so let me just make this very clear, Doug. I am proud of all of my viewership. If all 30,000 of my subs were just on my block, I would be just as happy and thankful as if all 30,000 were just from some hood in a country that I've never heard of before. Like there's no, like you cannot devalue viewership because of where they live. That's so fucking, that's weird. Like, could you imagine the other way around? Could you imagine if I was like, oh, I wish I had fucking American subscribers instead, not these fucking, like what? Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that. So like, here's my stance. Just if you guys are wondering, I love you, and I there's no one person that's more valuable to me or more valuable to any of these artists. Like if you are gonna go and check my channel out to discover new hip hop artists, I don't give a fuck where you live. I salute you and I welcome you into the GS gang because we want these cats to get more eyes on them, right? And then the second accusation that I read was the narrative is always what Steve has done for hip hop in Africa and not what African hip hop has done for Steve. Now, my knee-jerk reaction is that I challenge you to find a single instance, a single tweet, a single comment, a single video, a single interview where I have said anything remotely close to that. But I'll stop you there. I'm not going to make you do the homework. I will make my stance very clear on this right now. All right? I am forever a fan. That's it. Hip hop has done more for my life than I will ever have the opportunity to give back. If I can do anything with this channel to help out any artist, regardless of where they're from, then I consider that invaluable. My stance has always been this. My definition of success when it comes to the channel, since that was part of the docuseries, and you can check my tweets. They date back. I've been saying this forever. You can check the timeline. I will consider myself successful if by the end of my career with this YouTube shit, if I'm ever able to give back to the culture more than I've gained from it. I have gained an invaluable amount of self-value, of family, of relationships, of music, like therapy, like Jesus Christ. If I have ever come across as ungrateful to what hip hop inside or outside of America or anything like that has ever done, then you're just not paying attention, or I apologize for not making it abundantly clear what my stance is on that. I do not value my opinion more than anyone else's except Kenny Wills, and I never will. The idea is to bring everybody together. Like I end every single video with, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know why. Like, let's have a conversation, because even if you hate me, even if you're telling me that I'm wrong, you're still talking about the music. And that buzz of talking about the music, even when they say, Steve dislikes so-and-so song, he's a fucking idiot. So-and-so song was amazing. The timeline is now talking about that song. The timeline is now going to go and listen to that song and make their own opinions of it. Like, that's the whole point of this, right? And I'm also on record by saying the GSGang is infinitely more valuable than I am, right? There was only one time that my opinion mattered more than the GSGangs did. And that was when I had 0 subscribers, because I was the only opinion that was there. When I got my first subscriber, my opinion mattered exactly as much as the GSGangs did. Since I got my second subscriber, my opinion has never been more valuable than that of the collective. Like, I am only one person. My opinion is only that of one person. You feel me? So like that's always been my stance. And look at my comment sections. You guys are responsible for the translations. You guys are responsible for educating me on who's who, educating me on the history, educating me on the colloquialisms and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I can read Pidgin English almost perfectly because of the fucking the timeline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't do that. That's y'all. And like, that's the real value that I bring, is everybody else's opinion that comes along with my viewership, not mine. So first and foremost, if you're one of those people, you can suck my dick from the back, you fucking backwards weirdos, right? It's on site, fuck you. But I hope that sheds some light and clarification on where I stand with things, because I'm never going to allow somebody to take this hard work, take the effort, and take the love that I have for this shit and turn it into something ugly. You feel me?
Yeah.
So all of that happened while I'm trying to roll out the docu-series. I got all this fucking shit all over the timeline, and I'm like, guys, can we